Alrighty fellas, you were probably not expecting this video to come this quick. I'm selling the Ford. Today's the last day I'm going to have this Ford in my possession. So, here we go. I'm going to make it a two-part series. So the first one's going to be fairly quick and short and not so in detail. And then the second one, I'd like to get into technical details. Why I made my decision. Why I decided what I decided. So, first things first. Is this Ford still awesome? Absolutely. I really like this Ford, and I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. It far exceeded my expectations. So, with that being said, kind of begs to ask the question, why would I get rid of it? Why would I even, if I like so much, right? Why would I get rid of this beauty? It's not the truck I need. It's not the truck I want. Some days it is the truck I want, but for the most part, what I need a truck for, this is not it. I've said it in the past, and a lot of you guys commented and said, hey, you know, you haven't personally owned it, you haven't personally driven it. I still stand by the same theory. Nothing changed. I just got more details and more in depth why I say what I say about GM and why I say what I say about Ford. There's more good to Ford. Let's put it this way. Ford impressed me a lot further than GM did. I like GM. There's nothing wrong with it. It's time and place for it. But the short version of it, GM is a very SUV-ish sensitive kind of truck. It ain't no rugged truck. It's not the truck you put a gooseneck on it and go to a construction site and drive all boulders and stuff and expect the thing to last. Guys, my OG Limited is a Ram, and 500,000 is the first time I actually touched suspension, but we'll focus on those details in another video. I'll get you one. I'll get you an updaters on that to my longtime viewers. You guys know what truck I'm talking about. GM? Nah, man, that thing's just not gonna last logically and experience. I got a few guys, they love their GMs, but they say the same thing. 120,000, you better be digging into that front end. Ford, hot rod, fun truck. Just not it's a sprinter. It's not a long runner. I'll just leave it at that. Absolutely fun truck. Since this video is about this truck, let's dive into it a little bit more. I'll give you a really short version so you can hang up. What's the deal with this Ford? Too much of a hot rod. Way too much of a hot rod. Not enough of a slow and steady. Too much go, not enough brake. Simple as that. If you know trucks, you know what I'm talking about. So, let's go a little bit more detailed. I'll go through a few pointers, not so in depth, but I'll give you, I'll talk about a few things. So, first things first, what do I like about it? End of this video, I'll tell you exactly why I got rid of it. And then in another video, I'll give you all the technological, mechanical aspects of why I got rid of it. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys. I absolutely like this truck. I still stand that this is one of the best trucks I've owned. This is a very fun truck. This is in my books, this is the best all-around truck as far as, if you had to pick one truck and one truck only, it would be this truck. I'm impressed with what Ford did. Yeah, there's little electrical issues. You know, it doesn't show you when it's in park. The stupid seatbelt warning thing is so retarded, it's beyond me. I am parked. I am sitting there and I want to watch my temps. Nope, it's still complaining that your passengers have unbuckled. The dumbest thing ever. You open and close the door a couple times, it'll get over it. It's little things like that that irritate me. I like the fact, you know, if the driver isn't buckled up and he decides to drive, well, so be it. He'll bang at you a couple times and go from there. Next point. I like, excuse me. I like certain things about this truck. I like the way it rides. Hell, I like Ford leaving the stupid gas cap on the filler neck. Ram, please give us a normal filler neck. A stupid filler neck with two valves caused so much issues. Don't get me started. Anyways, just simple things like that. I appreciate Ford for building a more traditional, if you call it that, a little bit more of the old school mindset to it. You know, the way the doors are, the way the seals are. You don't always have to be latest and greatest and technologically advanced. I hate jumping to this extreme, but look at, let's take Toyota Land Cruiser, right? You can talk about your Range Rovers all day and how fancy and wonderful they are, your Ford Expeditions, but they're junk compared to a Land Cruiser. When it's life and death situation, you don't screw around. When it's life and death, you're out in the desert, you don't buy a Range Rover. Not that I'm but you guys know what I'm trying to say. There's good range out there, but as a lump sum, they've built themselves a poor reputation as far as reliability. But then if you're just that soccer mom that, drives from the house to the mall or takes the kids to school and you stick to payment, yeah, Land Cruiser will never come close to that Range Rover as far as bells and whistles and amenities. So pick your battles and stick to them. That's all I'm trying to say here. I'm trying to get me a diesel truck that will lock and load, and what I mean by that, you hook up a gooseneck and you go. All I want is a working truck. I'm not the guy that needs an everyday truck. I don't care to drive a diesel every day. I absolutely love my little mega cab. It worked out just fine for me. But I far rather drive my TRX right now. My little Ram TRX. It's a much funner, softer, quieter, quicker ride than this Ford ever will be. Now, with that being said, so you guys see where I'm headed. When I buy a diesel, I want a diesel. Yes, it's definitely nice when this truck's fast, but it can only go so fast with the gooseneck, and it tries to go really fast, and that scares me. The transmission scares me. Oil leaks and the potential of oil leaks of this truck and their history scares me. I had the opportunity to sit down with a longtime Ford guy, and he's the guy that helped me come to a conclusion, because I had a lot of questions for him. He answered them. A lot of things have never been addressed till today's day. So that's why I'm walking away from Ford. My longtime viewers know that I bought a Ford because I've had a hell of a ride with the 22 Rams. I was very much a Ram guy, but them 22s, matter of fact, I think I might be selling. No, they're not my last two. I still have 4 more model year of 22. Today, I think I'm going to sell 2 of them today, so I'll only have 2 more to go. And I'll just stick to older equipment until Ram wakes up. That's not the point. The point is, this truck was focused on an all-around best all-world scenario. It's quiet. It's fairly, if you go to top, upper trim, it's very luxurious. Has plenty of power. And just that perfect world, that middle of the road, all size fits it all kind of scenario. I would pick the Ford if I was the guy. Now, GM leans towards more luxury, more softer, quieter ride. Now, Ram is the tractor. It's slow. It is really slow compared to this Ford. Just, bopping around town, hauling your booty around. But that's not why I have a diesel truck. So hopefully this makes sense where I'm headed with this. Slow, locks and loads, and just keeps on cruising. Them Cummins with an ice and just don't fail. Big killer on this Ford is the exhaust brake. It has a mind of its own. Holy smokes. Unless you have this thing in cruise control, it's going to do whatever it feels like doing. I used to say, like, when you go downhill, depending on the pitch. Guys, I was just going down a 6% hill. If any time, it would be this time that I need my exhaust brake. Guess what? Decided not to kick in. And yes, it's in manual. Yes. Well, it was right before lunch. I wasn't in tow haul. Now I'm in eco. Wonder how that happened. But for a fact back then, I guess you got to take my word for it. I'm coming down a 6% grade, and this dude just doesn't give a rat's tail. I'm doing like 55, 60. If you guys know, you get off of 82 onto, or 84 onto 82, and then 82 onto 395 coming into Tri-Cities. It's a good stretch there. It's a good downhill. You really got to use your exhaust brake if you're loaded. I got an empty trailer on my back, so nevertheless, anyways, you guys know what I'm trying to say. That is a big deal breaker. You need your exhaust brake. You need that engine working with you. Little or a lot, in or out of tow haul. But when I get my exhaust needs to be on, but it's not, has a mind of its own. That's probably one of the biggest questions. Like, okay, do I want to proceed with this? Started, digging a lot, and I came to a conclusion, no, this is not the truck for me. So, do I hate Ford? No. I very much like this truck, despite, this big quote-unquote negative for me when I'm towing. Exhaust brake is just mind of its own. I'll just leave it at that. Now, let me just leave it at this. The fact, I want to wrap up this video to let you guys know that no, I am not disappointed with Ford. This Ford served exactly the purpose for what it was bought. It was bought to explore and understand what these 23s are about. Yes, I'm very impressed. By far, like I said, it exceeds my expectations by far, and I really like this truck. But the bottom line is I need a tractor. I need a pulling rig, not a hot rod. I need something that I could rely on day in and day out. Something I can, I don't want to say abuse, but keep loaded 99% of the time, like my fleet is. That's why I always buy the newest trucks, test them out myself, see what I can find for a weak spot, and see what works out. That's why I buy these trucks for myself and then buy fleet trucks. Anyways, fellas, I'll just leave the video at that in the comment section. Let me know exactly what details you want me to go into. The bottom line is not a big issue. Certain things about the engine that are questionable. They're definitely, I could aid them just a little bit of money. The transmission definitely is going to need some help. So in the comment section, let me know how far you want me to get into details for you and what all you guys want to hear about it. But yeah, I'll just leave it at that. As always, may the Lord bless you. May you all mighty fine day. Ciao, till the next time.